Hey, what it do, people? What it do, what it do? This is King David, and I'm back with another exclusive. And as always, this video is sponsored by something that happened that inspired me to do this video, which is basically the backstory. So, me and my guy Darius, you know what I'm saying, real good brother. Me and him was down in the back cave, cooling out. You dig what I'm saying? Having some real nice, intelligent grown man conversation as two enlightened melanoid individuals. And we was talking about something. And I remember my dude said he got distracted. He said he had a lot of work that needed to be done. Say he been getting distracted. So I responded by saying, like, well, we are going to get distracted. We're going to get sidetracked. Stuff's going to happen. But as long as you have a bearing, as long as you have a absolute direction in which you're trying to go, then you might have to veer off course. Stuff might happen. You might slow down. You might have to go off course to avoid a storm and then get back on course. And basically a bearing is a general direction of where you're going. It is a what do you call it? It's a term for people who work on the sea, like maritime, I guess you would call it. It's like a maritime term, and it basically means like you have a general direction in which you're going. And that's very important for sailors, because a sailor cannot set sail without a bearing. Like, he can't just hop in the boat and just travel, because he's going to get lost. And as vast as the ocean is, you might not never see land again. But if he know that this particular place that he has to go is north by northwest, that's the direction he's heading in. It's 250 kilometers north by northwest. Bam. Straight to it. Nigga might have to go a little off course, a little northeast. You might have to avoid a storm. You might have to go all the way east for a certain amount of time and then cut back to avoid the storm. Now, they say you can ride through the eye of the storm. I don't know nothing about that. I like my land too much. But so basically, like I was saying, you have a general direction of where you're going. You know where you're going. You're going to get there eventually. It might take you a little longer. You dig? But you are going to get there. Like my situation right now. I need a car and I need a house. It's a house that is available ripe for the picking, and it's the house I want. I was originally looking at this other house. I didn't have the bread to fix that house up. But I got a new house I'm looking at that's pretty much ready-made. With skills that I got, I can paint it, replace the glass, flip it, woo-wop it, do-wop it. And then by the time my lease is up, I can move straight into the crib. And I'll be 30, no kids, and a house. Nigga, what? Nigga, can't tell me I'll be smashing on all these niggas out here. Not like I'm really trying to do that. I'm not trying to impress nobody, but this is just a thing that I know that I'm capable of doing. So I know that I'm capable of getting a house by 30. I know that I'm more than capable of doing a lot of things. I'm just waiting on the right the right dollar amount. I'm out here looking for another job. Hopefully something comes through to where I can be making a little bit more, if not much more, but I need to be making more money. Once I make that money, oh man, the floodgates is open. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. And then I'll be able to do some other stuff for my channel, like get a proper video recorder, possibly some camera equipment, some audio equipment, mixer and mastering, a new computer, so I can step up my game and get off the smartphone majority of the time and have something proper that might have a background and the intro and the whole woo-wop. But gotta stay the course. You gotta put in your time. If you don't put in your time, you're never gonna appreciate what you had to go through in order to get your blessing. And not only you or I, you dig, but this also goes for relationships. So we gonna combine some of that relationship side of the game in this and mix it in. But women do not like to hear this, but women need instructions. Yes. Most women I know need instructions. Simply because, and that's not a bad thing. They need some guidance. You be like, hey, stop focus on that. Focus on this. You do this, I do that. And y'all can come to an understanding. So she can be cool and you can be cool. For instance, you pay the gas and electric, I pay the rent. That's your job. Your job is to sit down and pay the gas and electric. That's what we sat down. That's what we agreed upon. Those are your instructions. When you give a female instructions, y'all can better coexist and work together, because the man is the general. He is the leader. He be like, look, babe, this is what we got to do. This is what I need you to do. And women, energy is not direct. I know I did a video about it some time ago. Women's energy is not direct. It's very indirect. It's very like loop-de-loop and swirly and squiggly. Like it's all over the place. Women are emotional, are emotion-driven creatures. So they get out there and some of them just start flipping out. Just flipping out. Like, baby, calm down. That's not necessary. But no, don't worry about that. From A to B to B to C. Your bearing is to get to B. Don't try to get to C from A. You can't do that. It don't work that way. You got to have point A to point B to point C. Then once you accomplish point C, you can always travel back to point A if need be. But why would you travel back to point A? Because that's in the past. So you need to start going to the next point. And women's kind of like that. You got to kind of put them on a path sometimes. Not to say that they're not smart and they can't do anything on their own. That is so you and her can better coexist. And you can take her energy and put it into something that's worthwhile, instead of just running rampant all over the place. Because they energy, they emotions drive them and they go crazy. And they go crazy on us. And you be thinking that it's your fault. It ain't your fault. Sometimes it is your fault. A lot of times it probably is your fault. But women be at fault too. Sometimes they just be tripping. Sometimes they need to be like, hey man, sit your ass down. Like, chill out with that shit. Sometimes it don't have to be like that. Sometimes it could be a civil conversation. Like, hey, you've been wilding lately. I need you to settle down. You at a 10. I need you to bring it back down like a 5. All right? If you're going to go 10, then this is what you go 10 in. You dig? This is the test that I want you to go ham on. Sometimes they need some dick. Sometimes they just sexually frustrated. It is what it is. But you got to give women that bearing, and you got to have a bearing for yourself. First of all, you got to have your bearing first before you try to give a woman. But like, hey, where is you trying to go? All right, boom. This is what you got to do. This is what we gonna work on. But if you lost, you can't help somebody find their place of rest, whatever it is that they want to do. You can't help them get there because you lost too. That's all wrapped up in the triangle. It's all wrapped up in the triangle. That's the physical. That's not the physical. That's the spiritual. The spiritual you lost. Go back, look at that video where I talked about it. If your spiritual is not right, if you're not centered, you lost. That's a done piece. You done. Nigga can't help you when you lost. And then you lost, how you gonna help somebody find themselves? Or help them to get to where they need to go and want to go, and you don't know where the hell you need to go or want to go. Just think about it. Let that marinate. I'm done with the rant. You dig? See, I got my Steelers cap on. Definitely a Steelers fan. Go Pittsburgh. Right? And, shit, I guess that's it, man. Oh, Kwanzaa Holiday Expo. Better Family Life. It's going down. It is going down. December. I'll be down there. Shoot, put dates and times in the description box. So as always, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.